Hey all, Tom Moran here from Tom's Big Spiders, about to do a husbandry slash rehousing video. I haven't done one of these in a while. This one's going to feature Theraphosinae species Panama. I mispronounced it, say Theraphosinae in the video, so I'm just going to warn people ahead of time. My apologies. Sometimes you're shooting the videos and you forget what you're saying, so whoops. Anyway, love this species. This is the one that popped up in the hobby several years back. There was pictures all over the boards of this spider they called the lava spider because it literally looked like black rock cracking open and exposing the magma beneath. You just have to see them to believe it. And they really are brilliant looking spiders, especially as slings. Probably some of the most beautiful slings I've ever raised. So anyway, cool species, one that I'd like to kind of get out there a little bit more. I do believe prices are starting to drop down, but they are still a bit pricey, unfortunately. Seems to be the deal with some of the prettier spiders. So anyway, enough with me talking. Let's get on to the actual rehousing. All right, this is going to be a rehousing and husbandry video for Theraphosinae or Theraphosinae species Panama, or the notorious lava spider. These guys came out several years back, and there was pictures of them all over the forums. They literally look like they're made of cracked lava, like the bodies have a bright red tone, while some of the legs and stuff are black, which really gives them that lava effect. I do believe the males keep that coloration as they get older, and I think the females, it dulls out a little bit, but regardless, some of the most attractive slings I have ever seen. So this one here, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Unfortunately, it was out yesterday. And it's not happy. All right, there we go. So we get a shot of that one here. This one's probably getting close to pre-molt. I originally had these guys in little dram bottles. I had two. Unfortunately, one of them was a casualty of the bad substrate that I got, where I rehoused a bunch of them from their original vials into this dirt that was contaminated with something. And unfortunately, I lost one, but this one's still doing quite well. They start off in the dram vials, then I put them into this, which is, I get these in packs of 3. They're made by M Design. I get them on Amazon. They're about $19.99, I think, right around 20 bucks. And they're 6.75 by 5.5 by 3.75. So I think that's roughly around a quart. I'm not sure. And then we're putting into a Systema, which is what I like to use for some of my larger juveniles. This is 101 ounces, or 9.3 by 6.7 by 4.7 inches. So a little upgrade. This will not be the permanent enclosure, although this is a smaller species of tarantula. Apparently the females get to be about 3.5 to 4 inches or so. So rather small. Growth rate for these guys has been medium, I would say, or for this one at least, the one that's left, has been medium. I got her as about a 1/2 inch sling or 3/4 inch sling, and that was about a year and a half ago, and you can see how big she is now. So we're going to try to go ahead and get her into here. That was interesting. And we're going to go ahead and get her out of here. Easy. Very, very shy spider. I'm going to probably flash up a photo I took of her because she's not showing all her colors right now, but they really do look like cracked lava, like the actual magma flowing through the dark cracked stuff. I don't know what the term of that is. What is it? I probably should have looked that up before I started talking about it so I didn't sound like an idiot. But anyway, I think people will know. So there she is. Now again, these guys get to be about 3.5 inches or so, 4 inches, so she will be getting a better enclosure. As for the substrate, this is the BioDude Terra Arania substrate. I've been trying it with some of just the smaller enclosures as well because I've been using it for a lot of my bioactives. This will not have a plant in it, but I did use the BioShot, the substrate, obviously some leaf litter, because I do keep these guys partly moist, and she will obviously have a water dish. As a sling, I kept her completely moist. Being from Panama, you assume there's going to be some moisture in the air and moisture in the substrate, so we did keep the substrate moist all the time with slings. However, as she has gotten older, what I would do, and you can see this is kind of dried up a little bit, is periodically moisten part of the substrate, let it dry out. Here I will probably keep the bottom layers moist so she can burrow and get moisture if she needs to. Obviously I'll spray it on the top a little bit because we're going to put some springtails in there, I think. But hopefully, I don't want to really prod her, but she's very, very shy. Now some people have reported that theirs are very skittish, and although they don't do threat postures, what they will do is when startled, they will spread out, flatten their bodies down, and stick their abdomen straight up in the air. I have the T. Ockerty actually does the same thing. And I've seen photos of it. Mine has never done it. She's actually been very, very, I mean, shy is probably the best word I can describe. Sometimes when I would open up the enclosure, instead of bolting to her den, she would just do this, kind of do the stress pose and hang out and hide, which is kind of sad. I feel bad for her. Found mine are okay eaters. They will burrow. They expect a pet hole as a sling. They do outgrow the behavior as they hit about 2 inches or so, at least mine did. They eat fairly well, but I have had days where I'd put in larger prey items. It should be no problem for the spider, and it kind of ignore the prey item, and then a week later I'd try again with something smaller and it would eat. So just a heads up there. Not something I would describe as a voracious eater, but eats well enough to obviously grow at a medium rate. So I think I've covered everything. As far as temperatures, always kept it room temperature around here in the tarantula room is anywhere from 72 to up to 80 in the summertime. Winter, it's usually around 72, 73, possibly higher levels. I think where she was, it was about 75. So not really high temperatures. Where she'll be moving to now, the shelf is right around 72. So that'll do it for this one. Beautiful little spider, definitely worth checking out. And again, still holding, I'm hoping this one's a female. I have not sexed it yet. Fingers crossed I get a lady, because I would like to keep this one for a while. All right, so that went pretty well. Again, love this species, and they are some of the prettiest slings you'll ever see. I think that's part of the reason the price has stayed so high, is the fact that it's one of the few spiders that you pick up at the sling stage, and it's just as beautiful as it would be, if not more so, as an adult, and there aren't many spiders like that out there. So hopefully the prices continue to come down, because it's a cool little spider. Mine, again, very shy, not particularly defensive. You saw what happened when I went to move her. She just froze up. I still feel terrible, but she did go out and eat after that, so she's okay. But that'll do it for this one. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, you want to check out some more, I'll put them around in here. If you liked it enough that you'd like to subscribe, very much appreciate. I'll put the circle up around here. As always, love getting comments, and I try to answer every single one of them. It's been taking me a little while longer lately because I've been getting more, but know that if you comment, I will get back to you. So thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.